Hi guys, so this vlog is going to be 12 companies leading the way in digital. I'm going to do this with global companies rather than New Zealand companies. I just think that would be better because there's more to choose from, let's say. All right, so I'm going to refer to notes in this a little bit, so just bear with me. And some of the companies may not be familiar with you or familiar to you, but we'll add a link below so that you can have a look of the rankings of them. I do have quite a political view of some of the ones towards the end of this list, so I may or may not give them time depending on how I'm feeling and where we're at with this. Okay, so first on the list is a high street food chain in the UK called Greggs, with 2 G's. Greggs used to be a bit crap, to be honest, when I was living in the UK about 5 years ago, but it has a PR social tone that's very tongue-in-cheek and great crack. They have some seriously quick-witted social and content people running their channels, and the chat is hilarious. They also did this vegan sausage roll launch, and it created a huge amount of outrage, and they had just had great fun with it this year. And I think they're loyal, like the figures were saying when I looked at the information, their loyalty app users on the back of that vegan sausage roll launch increased 225% last year, so that was pretty cool. Okay, second is Volkswagen. They invested about 3.5 million this year into digital initiatives, and they're in the middle of an immense digital transformation and aiming towards 2025. So really it's a lot of mobility solutions, parking apps, packages been delivered to their car. So basically your car is going to be your address rather than your house, which is hilarious. But that's actually going really, really well, and they're big on the Internet of Things. They have hired the most IoT developers this year to date. So yeah, keep an eye on Volkswagen. I don't know. The V and the W, that's kind of confusing there. Volkswagen, I always said. Anyway, Boohoo, one of my favorites. I have the app. They deliver fast, although sometimes they get stuck in New Zealand customs and you've got to pay hundreds of dollars to get them released. But anyway, more on that later. 44% growth in Q4 2018, and that is based on the fact that they have amazing diversity on their website in terms of their models. So like small, big, I don't know, out in whatever the hell, like everything. Like they just have such a strong representation of male and female and transgender in all of their clothes. They actually are one of the first e-commerce stores to have a gender neutral allocation, which is awesome. So what do they do cool? Well, really, I don't know. I think that the diversity thing is pretty awesome. Huge on Instagram, 6.1 million and growing of active real purchasers. So yeah, you do the math. So a company that I hadn't heard of before this was Bulb. They're an energy brand, and they're a digital first mobile solution in the UK, and their aim is to basically rob British Gas and E.ON from their customers, basically take their customers. And already they're only up and running about I think about 9 months or so. I could be wrong about that. I may have to put an asterisk at the end of this. But they have 700,000 customers. Not bad going at all, and used, interestingly enough, for the first time, purely social and referral marketing to attract customers in. Laser focus on UX design and mobile app design to be intuitive and easy to read and engage with. Also, serious crack at the other end of the content channel, so a lot of banter that you can read in some of the CIO magazines, saying that even they try to make the experience of receiving bills a positive one, creating friendly, straightforward emails that basically aren't chasing you for your money, which is cool. But yeah, pleasing UX is like really, really keen. Now, fifth everyone's Sunday night fear, post hangover, etc. Or maybe it's just my husband's, I don't know. Everyone's favorite, Domino's. The fact that 4/5 of Domino's sales come from digital channel is no surprise. Oh, sorry. Yep. Sorry, somebody coming in. And they've strived to use to make user experience as fun and frictionless as possible. So yeah, I mean, whatever channel you use, they try to make it, really, really good. They have a pizza bot, which is super cute if you've not seen that, and Amazon Echo if you are ordering your pizza, voice wise. Although I do have to say, with Irish accents, in voice and Amazon, I'm not sure how far my husband would actually get in ordering his pizza that way, but more on that later. They have dominated heavily over Pizza Hut and Papa John globally just through this bot and voice thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. Now, AAO.com. This is like really, really, really pure use of social media to engage customers online. Their video strategy is next level, and I highly recommend that you take a look. In the links below there'll be the sixth company, so that's AO.com. So yeah, the goods aren't hugely sexy, but the way that they sell them is just hugely innovative and really, really interesting. Okay, 7, Nike. Got that new book on somebody cool who worked there or how it all started. Don't know which I can't wait to read. Hopefully I'll know and sound more like I know something about it after that. But their revenue grew to 9.37 billion in 2018, and like that's an increase kind of about 12.8, 13% year on year. Definitely digital strategy has been contributed to it. You can color in your own runners or whatever, and they are also hugely adept at targeting their customers through social channels. And I do like their unveiling their shoe collections. So if you go on Twitch is their unveiling platform, and that's where you can go and watch a video of basically the shoe arriving into reality or something like that. You can watch basically a live shoe reveal, which I would think is a bit, well, I suppose, I would have thought it was a bit crap, except I watch unboxings of bags and stuff, so I imagine there are people who probably watch kind of videos of new shoes, and I'm sure that's very entertaining. But they have an LED in this neck of the woods, well, APAC, they have an LED running track in Manila, and it allows you to race yourself. So you can basically go to the track and you run it, and it kind of records you, and then you kind of have a pretend I don't know, light or bot of you that you race against. Then I don't think I would be into that again, but it's very, very cool. And apparently their Nike store in New York, which I have not been to, is supposed to be absolutely phenomenal. I know the one in Oxford Circus is just definitely worth going into to just look at what a futuristic shop might be like at the Oxford Circus in London. But the New York one's supposed to be next level. Now, Airbnb, we know all about that. That's all fine. Relevant, engaging information. Crap, in my opinion, sometimes with saying that residences are available for booking, and then you book it and then it's not. I just don't get it. We had some nightmares getting married this year with booking Airbnbs, and the toing and froing, wasn't actually great. So I don't feel fantastic about that one. Argos, great, click and collect. I am old enough to remember the catalogs and the pens, which I used to really like, but you always had to wait for ages, especially in the one in Cork in Ireland. You just go in and there'd be lines of people just standing there waiting for boxes, which was very very weird, but obviously like the digital technology has really modernized it. But yeah, I suppose I don't, in New Zealand here we don't have Argos, but I know that they've done like augmented realities in their catalogs and things like that, which has been really cool. Now, the 10th one is ASOS, and I'm a bit biased because I love ASOS. It is super, 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 again, like Boohoo, inclusive in terms of their campaigns, but I just find them, it's so easy to navigate, it's so easy to buy. You don't get bombarded with EDMs. The fit visualizer is fantastic if you are able to put in your measurements. I love that the video of the model wearing the top or whatever, although I do have to say I don't end up buying it because it looks a bit kind of, you know, see-through or something because I see it in the video. So I'm wondering, I always wonder, oh, would I have bought that if I didn't see the video? But then it's good to see the video, obviously. I've tended to buy kind of less, less shoes and stuff, definitely, because when you see the models walking them and you think, no, 3 a.m, they are not going to be the ones I'm walking home in or comfortable in. So, but yeah, the fit is really good. I think that the chatbot and the app are the best I've seen in terms of e-commerce and engagement and navigation. Okay, so I'm on number 11, and that is The Guardian. I love The Guardian. I think it's really nice. It's got really nice articles, and I've always enjoyed it. I have to say, I did actually use their dating site at one stage and met a boyfriend who isn't now my husband. So I don't know how successful that was, but he was a nice guy. We were together for a while, but it was pretty. It was a pretty nice site. I think you meet some I think people who read The Guardian. I don't know. You don't make judgments, but I've always enjoyed reading it. It probably means something bad. I'm not sure. It's got something called a Silky app, which sounds a bit, I don't know, something that maybe a newspaper shouldn't be doing. But it apparently presents like really, really unique and diverse levels of journalism and is good for publishing student publications and stuff like that, which I think is always good. Now, IKEA is a shop that I don't like at all, and I've had terrible experiences with their furniture, so I'm going to skip them and I'm going to go to John Lewis, who I love. And John Lewis's Christmas ads, obviously we don't need reminding of those, but they are just gorgeous and so creative. And I think John Lewis, why I have a lot of respect for them as a digital offering, is they're such a traditional and pedigreed part of the UK, Irish, and I think in Europe, certainly a traditional presence, but they've managed to navigate the digital landscape just absolutely beautifully. And I think, I just generally have a lot of respect for businesses who pivot and who embrace change, because I do think that at the end of the day, if your business is able to respond, because digital is just what's happening now. Like in 25 years' time, it's going to be something different, and survivability is what it's about. So I think that these businesses that are pivoting really well, I think that's super cool. And yeah, Starbucks is on there, which I'm not even going to mention because I hate them. Lego, I don't know anything about, and Walmart, I think that's pretty easy with such a huge population. I think those top 10 are really cool. If you're interested in what my favorite one is, I would say ASOS, but I'm totally biased. But hopefully that was of interest, and we'll put all the links below so you can have a little poke around and see what some of those bots and video content look like.